Hello, welcome back to another episode of the Evil Twins. This one will definitely go on YouTube because people have been harassing me about it. But we're back with our classic format. Someone texted me today saying,
everything we say is right, everything you think is wrong.
so someone texted me to saying, DM me on Discord saying, my blood pressure's been too low lately. Can you release a tier list video? So shout out to old mate who messaged me.
A French guy said that as well, didn't he?
Oh, it's just become a meme because someone said it in the comments. It's one of the funniest comments I've ever read, which is just like, say when he watches my video, his blood pressure just goes out of control. It's like, I don't want to be responsible for someone getting a heart attack. Jesus Christ. If that's the case, please don't watch my videos and go to a doctor. Okay.
Go to don't play it, just Sigmar.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go straight to a doctor. All right. So we have the tier list in a whole new world. How are you finding the game so far, Luke?
I like it a lot. And you can play it in all different styles now. You can run at your opponent, try and get lucky and win the roll-off. You can hide and do nothing. Or you can just try and play 5 turns of like trading.
Yep.
So it's pretty good.
I found that being high drop feels very good at the moment. That's what I've found. In most cases. But then there's some missions where... Yeah, there's some missions where you want to be lower drop, but it depends.
Every list I run is just 2 drop or 1 drop.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it just depends on the army, yeah.
And your playstyle, right? You know what I'm like. If I get the turn, you're getting twined.
Thing is, the double is insanely powerful now. I will say that, because you just take the double and you just don't actually really lose any points. And the underdog thing on most of the missions just doesn't really do anything. Like I've kind of experienced, like it's just okay. Yeah.
I played the Strike's last one today, and you can kind of bait people to get onto the objective and then hit them first.
Yeah, the Royal Roots, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the ones where it's decent. But there's like ones where it's like get 1 slain model back to 1 unit or whatever, right? Like that doesn't really do anything.
There's a healing one as well, which is quite good against like Nurgle and Tzeentch and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
What about redeploy your units? You like that one?
Oh, what mission's that?
Take turns in redeploying.
Oh, the Path of the Fey one. Yeah. Okay, that one's horrendous. Yeah.
Is it worse than the twists and turns?
No, it's not.
No.
I don't think so. But it does depend on what armies you're playing against, because sometimes, like, if they have, like, a big unit they can just wrap 1 objective with when they deploy first, it's, like, really bad. Like if they have 40 stabbers on it, and they just pick them up and just wrap 1 objective, and you have to deploy the rest of your army on some shit objective, then, yeah, that is an issue.
Yes.
So,
who runs 40 stabbers? What kind of awful human being runs 40 stabbers?
Criminal. 240 points. Like, so stupid.
How many points are shooters?
260 for 40.
You're never using them, are you?
I still think I still think shooting is decent. It's just some maps where it's terrible, and then some matchups where it's going to be terrible. So I have not been running shooting. No. What I will say is the units that I've found to be a lot better are like no rend units, or units that you used to just not take because they didn't have any rend and you're worried about save stacking, and like this sort of thing's a lot better. Also, units that have shit saves are a lot better because you just don't really care about all that defense.
Yeah.
Anything that has ethereal is way better. Like ethereal's insane. So we'll get to Nighthaunt when we get there, but there's many problems. Okay.
4-up ward's pretty good as well, right? Ethereal.
Yeah. 4-up ward. Fucking hell. That's a joke. But I did beat it today because Gitz have a few units that are even more of a joke. So it's interesting. So I'm not going to start with Deepkin. We'll get to them in later. What shall we start with, Luke? Should we start with Fire Slayers?
Yeah.
So why is this army not terrible? Because like in teams I can see you might think about bringing it, and
I think it's
if you pair it on its maps, I feel like it's still only like a B tier army.
I think it's a B tier army. It used to be thin, but I think it's playable now.
Well, Fire Slayers.
Because the Magadroths.
Oh,
yeah,
because
playable.
Do you really think it's? I don't think we can put it in B. Come on, some of the missions are a nightmare for this army. Like, come on.
Yeah, but you can play slow now. You can literally move up the board. It doesn't matter moving up the board slowly, as long as you eventually get there.
Like, if you got a lot of units, you can, just spread the board and threaten. But
and Magadroths, it does damage. I don't know. It's definitely not thin anymore.
I just don't like that. You can spread the board with these units, but the army's still kind of aura reliant to a certain extent. So I don't know. Maybe there's something there to Magadroth, but I'm kind of inclined to put it in C tier.
Every time I've seen it in release in the 51% server, the Swedish guy does okay with it.
Yeah, but something's got to be in C tier. So
okay.
Otherwise, everything will just end up in B. So. Okay, are Seraphon bin? Because, like...
They're not bin, they're C tier.
Yeah, they're definitely a lot worse, right? A Crocus...
Because you could, like,
probably
again,
not worth it.
You're not running Croak or anything, but then you can run, like, loads of Agridons or...
The Agridons are great, yeah.
Carnosaurs. But then again, they're on a 4-up save, so they do die. So, I don't think the army's brilliant.
No.
And the summoning's on a 4-up.
I'm not a huge fan. Okay, KO.
Bin. Move on. No one wants to talk about KO.
I don't know. I think it's probably like a little bit better than people think it is, but we're still going to put it in D tier. But I will say I don't think it's unplayable. I just think there's going to be situations that are very difficult to deal with. Yeah.
Someone's at the post. Postman.
All right, Luke got a tools delivery, so that happened.
I'll get him out. I'll get him out in a bit, and we can go through the journey of the tools.
Speaking of delivering tools, so look, I still think if people fuck up, you can still do something with the party boat, the frigate boat, and the ejection thing for Brock is very good. I'm still putting it in D tier.
It is, but the shooting, you can literally just slide in obscuring, right? And even the balloon boys want to do some shooting, don't they? And when they can't do any damage,
yeah, I know. I know. Yep.
So.
Also, like, there's a few things that happen in the army, like 20 points on the key command trait. I don't know. There's a bunch of armies where that's happened. It just feels horrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Doc. So, okay, it's still an army that does loads of damage, and it has a lot of crap you can take. It's just hard to... It's hard to make a reliable army without Morathi, I think. Yeah. I think you're still probably going to take Morathi, but I do think it's a good army.
Mate, the Bloodwrack Shrine is insane. Like, what the hell is that thing?
Oh, no, it's true. Yeah.
It's insane. It's insane.
Does a lot of damage. And 2-caster.
2-cast wizard as well. Why did it? They literally just made it like one of the worst war scrolls and just made it into one of the best war scrolls in the game.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get there when we get to Skaven. We'll get there. When we get to Skaven, talk about their 2 sins over there. Lumineth. Blade Lords, a thing, right? We know, right? With the ignore one wound
so
thing.
It's a thing. I was spamming them, But the more games that I played, I realised that 30 is not the one. So I don't know if it's S tier. There's a few S tier armies, and I don't think it can compete with some of them. So
I think the problem you still got in
probably
Lumineth
A tier
is
still.
like you don't really have like
Low body.
cheap, don't have like cheap stuff to go like walk down the sides, which is really what you want to do at the moment.
I know.
Yeah, we'll put it in A. I could see it moving down to B. Stormcast. I don't know how good this army
It's
is.
rough for them.
Yeah.
It's actually really rough for them right now.
So I don't know what you
honestly think they're
play.
B
Like
tier.
shooting's
I think
all
they're B
way
tier, which
worse.
is mad. It's mad. Because you can run like 12 Paladors. Okay, they can shoot you when they charge, but they do no damage, so... And they don't score very well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're... I think when... If monsters and Nighthaunts everywhere, then maybe they get better. But right now, I don't. I've actually played them quite a bit as well.
Yeah, I'm not sold at the moment. Okay, so let's talk about one of the other Scourge of Garian sins.
There is something in Stormcast. There's two lists actually. One of them's really random and spiky and can win straight away, and one of them is also, but it plays differently and moves up the board slowly. And they're not, and they don't go in any of the Stormcast factions. So they are okay.
Well, you're talking Hammer Annihilators
They are
and
probably better
Recluse
than-
Expanse. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They may be A tier, but I've not played enough games to know. And the problem is, it's like the meta. Where do they sit if like all of a sudden Hammerers there's loads of like bodies and recursion, and they just get ground out and don't score.
Yep.
And then the reclusions are only 18 wounds, so they do die to stuff. So are they good? I don't know. And they're pretty slow.
Yeah.
Like they probably get stuck on 40 stabbers, for instance, for like 3 turns,
Yeah.
and actually never score the objective. So they literally do nothing
Yeah.
for 3 turns.
Yeah. That's the glory of Stavus. Yep. Yeah. Okay, Cities of Sigmar.
There's other stuff like that, is what I mean. That they can get stuck on stuff, and yeah, it's a problem.
No, I know what you mean. Like, I think you still have a bit of a damage problem with Stormcast. Now, like, you don't have the shooting to soften stuff up before you punch stuff. So, yeah.
Yeah, and Iridan's really good, but again, he's a 12 wound model.
Yeah.
With 6 up ward.
Yeah, it's squishy. Alright, so Cities of Sigmar, I played...
God tier. I mean, it's above S tier. It's just an absolute joke of an army.
It's it's definitely one of the most broken things I've ever seen. It's
It didn't get nerfed. I just don't understand. I don't understand.
So
The only good thing about it, right, it has got one weakness. And it doesn't do much damage. But it does enough damage.
they just don't need to do that
It's
much
still
damage in the game at the moment, I feel like, and it's also got...
but that's what I'm saying.
It's got like
doesn't just
this...
delete you turn 1.
And like, yeah, obscuring is a way to get around the cannons, but they're only 300 points, and like also obscuring is insanely good for them as well, because you just kind of can't really like deal with them. Like they just deploy next to the obscuring, and then they just move 3 inches out of the obscuring and shoot you. And like if you get the first turn, you just don't get to shoot them.
Yeah, but you just don't run. You don't have to run cannons though, because the weakness of cannons, if they teleport, they've only got the short range shooting.
No, you can still set up after you teleport. You can, yeah.
They can't use the long range. It says it on their war scroll.
No, but you can still use the fortification ability in the movement phase after you've teleported in the hero phase. Because it's not a move ability; it's just a core ability.
Fair enough. It specifically says if it's set up though, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's if it's already fortified, right? But in the movement phase, you can use the fortified thing.
Fortified.
Yeah. So you can literally just pick them up, put them down, and then fortify it and shoot.
Doesn't make no sense, though. Why would it even put it on its war scroll?
Well, the idea is you just can't move and then do it, right?
Yeah. But I don't know why Sam White will say, I don't know, this just seems janky when it says it can't be set up. But anyway, that's just one thing, isn't it? A cannon's a cannon, whatever. But you don't even have to take it.
No, I mean, I think the Cavaliers are probably the most offensive thing in the army. Yeah. That new war scroll is insane. It's horrible. Like that 4-up roll is like the swing is so swingy. It's like they just become so broken if they roll that 4-up or 3-up if you've got more models than them. Yeah. They definitely are on another level, for sure. Alright, Sylvaneth. So, Geordie's been completely woe is me about Sylvaneth, but actually, as he's played it more, he's realised the army is very good on these battle plans.
He loves the battle plans, but it's definitely less good. It suffered from all our defense, all our attack. It's going to have the weakness against shooting if shooting does come back, but maybe it doesn't. Morbid got worse.
Yeah. I'm not sure it loves all these like flood the board armies either.
No places of power anymore. So, well, no places of power +1 to cast anyway. So I don't know. They were very good. They're just a solid army now.
I think they're A tier still though. I still think they're really good.
But... Yeah. Like all the elf armies always are. I don't think I've ever seen them go below 8.
All right, Magakin of Nurgle.
Just don't think it's good. Ray's making it work, but Ray always makes his army work.
Oh, no.
He has to make it work.
Oh, no.
But watching him lose like 10 games in a row till he started finding a way to win.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just places of power nerfed it.
A bunch of these armies just have random healing now, right?
It has an insane war scroll in Rotigus, but he's still like a 500-point model.
Yeah.
There's a load of no wards now, like Dot can do it, Ogres can do it, OBR do it.
Yep.
Like, yeah. And has it got enough damage to grind through a lot of the army? It's probably going to be a lot of recursion, body spam lists like Skaven, Gitz, Khorne.
Yeah.
It's a problem, right? Like, even Ironjaws could put that kind of list down if they wanted to. Ogres as well has the wounds. Does Nurgle have the damage before the Ogres kill it all? Probably not.
No. That's always been a bad matchup. I mean, now
keeps him alive a bit longer.
Yeah, but like they have the -1 ward fucking thing now, don't they? That's just horrible. Whole army has a 6-up ward. Like it's just terrible. Yeah.
It's probably the same as Slayers and Seraphim.
Yeah, I think they're a lot weaker for sure. All right. So Skaven's an interesting one because the Bell is one of the most broken war scrolls they've released in a long time, right? But can you actually make an army with it? I don't know.
I think Skaven is S tier, but it has to be in an extremely good player's hands, and the list isn't quite been made yet. But I don't know. Everything it needs to do well in this GHB.
What I don't like about the army still is it's just still got this problem of like every unit can only do one thing. So as soon as you play versus like an army that just has a bunch of stuff that can kind of do everything and spread the board, like Gitz or Feck or something, it is a problem. You just lose trades everywhere. It is like
maybe
insane versus Nurgle and Tzeentch now. Just think the list is just not. There's just not really a list at the moment. I mean, people running like the Bell and like 3 Brood Terrors, but there's a bunch of stuff that beats that for sure. Brood Terrors can't shoot in combat.
It doesn't deserve anything lower than 80. It's
no.
Everything it needs. It's just not been worked out yet.
Yeah, it's gonna take a while, I think. All right, Beast of Chaos, rest in peace.
Just delete.
All right, Slanesh.
It's a solid B tier army, I think.
It's so disappointing. Like, it's still just the same list. Like, with like the
I think
fiends.
there's a few lists. I think don't get me wrong. I think there's a few lists. It's just solid.
You can run the cavalry, or you can run like fiends and demonettes. Those are the lists. I've tried all the mortal stuff. It's all like all the infantry stuff. It's terrible. Yeah. So, I think that the biggest problem I found with the mortal stuff is just without field sergeant now, it's so slow. And Slaanesh, always you want to use your range as ways to win games, and if you run a bunch of infantry, you can't do that. So fiends and cavalry are the way still. Slaanesh B tier, yeah.
Sad.
Khorne. Is it insane? Is it terrible? Will we make the wrong decision again?
B tier. It's the safe tier. It's the safe tier.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't know.
I'm not seeing it win a game yet. So I can't put it in A tier.
It definitely... The tactics are not ideal, I would say, is what I've seen so far from this army. There's a lot of problems negotiating the tactics.
I think it loves the stand in the middle, retreat, and charge tactic.
Yeah, but if you want to... But that's the one that sees us center first, right?
Yeah, but you just put 2 cheap units in the center, don't you?
Yeah, but you kind of got to go first to do that, right?
Kind of. It depends.
And if you're not 5 drop, then that's a problem.
I don't think it's that good. I just think it's probably a little bit better than Nurgle and Fire Slayers and Seraphon, so it probably deserves to go bottom of B tier.
It definitely makes games close. Like, I still feel like in teams there's still heaps to it, but I don't know. The full sending thing it used to do is a lot weaker, so I'm not...
Bloodthirst has got better because the shooting's gone less.
Yeah. Well, you lost Prize Beast on the Boomthirster. That does hurt. Yeah.
It's interesting.
We'll put him B.
Ground.
Saves the Darkness. This army's been completely blowing up.
I still think it's insane, but I just still not.
Yeah, but now it's like, it's if you go in the full, like, the full greed build, it's, I don't know, it's so risky to, like, full send now with this sort of army.
Kind of.
I think Archaon's insane, though. Archaon's really good.
Yeah.
I'd put it at A, still. Still think
I think it's A too.
It's also loads of, like, I don't know, I think the Dark Oath stuff is a lot better than it was. I think people should play it. It is good. Alright, Tzeentch.
B tier?
Really? You're usually trying to convince me this army's S every time.
I think Kairos lifted it, but then I think everything else just nerfed it, like places of power.
The line of sight thing is a pain in the ass. And then also all these armies getting random healing is a problem. There's
a lot of armies that have a lot more damage now as well, which is not good for that army.
Yeah, no.
Like Blood Knights, just teleporting behind them and just full sending is...
Yeah, it is an issue. Alright. We'll go B. Yeah, it's above all these, though. Alright, Feck. It might be S tier.
I don't think it is.
It's definitely really good. It's definitely really good, though.
I played Thomas a bit. It's like the Khorne. It can win, just. I don't know. I don't think it's S tier.
It's definitely very good.
It's very good. It goes in A tier. Is it better than Doc? Maybe.
It's somewhere. Yeah, it definitely feels better than these armies, I think. Well, Doc has a few armies that it can beat that Feck definitely can't. Like, Feck versus cities and another army we'll get to later is a bit of a nightmare. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Because Usharan, like, the cannons are a problem. For Usharan. They're a problem. Okay, Soulblight. I don't have any read on this army because I haven't played against it yet. So, what are your thoughts?
I've not seen it win yet either. I've seen it lose like 12-8. And the Barrow Knights are good, but they're expensive. They are expensive what they do. Like when we did the show. I just think they're good.
Yes, they're expensive, aren't they?
They like the battle plans, so I don't know. It probably deserves to be in the bottom of A tier because it's definitely better than all them B tier armies.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just this typical recursion grindy army. Likes the battle plans, can do the battle tactics, just doesn't really have any kind of damage. Which is fine, like Gitz, for instance.
Yep.
It's similar. Am I lagging on your thing?
Yeah, you are. Yeah. Hold on. Let's just fix this. Alright. So, OBR. You ready for the flaming hot take? You ready? S tier.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I tried it when I
insane.
did try it when I said, do you like Harvesters and Mortek Guard?
Just play the old ones. The old ones are insane. The old Mortek is...
The old Harvesters?
No, the old Mortek.
The old Mortek, yeah.
Ethereal's just so insane. No, I'm not gonna put it in S tier, but I have played it. I have played it. I would be comfortable putting it in an A tier. It can challenge a lot of these armies in A tier, really comfortably. It's got a lot of things it can do now.
And Archive can still just W and kill your whole army.
Yeah.
That can definitely still happen.
It's just so cheap now. Like, you know, the Soul Reaper is 90 points now. Like, he's insane. Like, it's a wizard that chain fights a +1 to hit, which is so good now. And then you're -1 to wound in melee when you're in combat with him. And you can have a 4 warded combat while he's near a Mortis Guard. It's horrible. It's so good. For 90 points. Yeah. It's insane.
Slower. It's a slow list.
It is slow, yeah. And it does struggle with having stuff on the side. Because all its units are so expensive. And, like, you can't necessarily include Death Riders unless you take certain units. Alright.
Yeah.
Nighthaunt. S tier. Yeah, right.
Same as he's up there with it, honestly.
I don't... yeah. Well, I don't think it's as offensive.
If you're a good player and you're running this army and you lose a game, don't ever put the camera on. Is what I'm saying.
Shout out to Zach who lost to my Git mob today. Lost to the Git mob, lads. I don't think it's as insane.
It might not be on the... Alright, okay. It's nearly there.
Because Cities has that thing where it can just, like, it can play every mission in every matchup. I just feel like Nighthaunt doesn't quite have that. It's still some missions that feel a bit awkward. Like, stuff that doesn't have anything in the middle.
Nighthaunt can rush the Pontifex. And the Pontifex isn't running getting away.
Yeah, but I'm just talking, in general. There's less flexibility with the army than there is in Cities.
Yeah, okay.
Because Nighthaunt is, I still think when there's no objectives in the middle, it is a bit of a weird army to play sometimes, especially if you're not running like Deathstalkers and you're doing the whole hero box thing. It is awkward if there's nothing in the middle.
Yeah.
All right, ogres. Choo motherfucker. Alright, the Stonehorns are way worse. Let's get that out of the way. They're way worse.
I want it to be A tier. And it probably would be A tier if it gets roll. If GW roll don't FAQ.
The Burger Lust. Yeah, the Burger Lust
then
is
they
recorded.
will be A tier. But it's a good B tier army.
Yeah. It's still tons of fun to play, and you know, if you guys want to learn the game, like just learn the missions and like how to be tactical, it's like the perfect army for it. It's kind of simple and not boring really either. Like, it doesn't really get boring in some of the ways that these other simple armies do. So I love to play it. It's still great fun. But yeah, it's flawed. There's flaws, obviously. So it's insanely fragile still.
Low slaves, hits on 4s.
Yeah.
dies fast. Relies on one key piece to get anywhere fast. Yeah. Gargants. What we say?
I think they're terrible. I think they're terrible, but
Oh, don't say that. I told someone it was good.
I don't think I think like even given the fact that like yeah, some of the missions are a bit hairy, right? Look, you can still run Kragnos and the piggies and just bowl someone over, right? You can still do that. It's just I think losing Prize Beast and then the missions, it is a problem.
And then no new all-out defense.
Yeah, it is a problem. Also, like the whole your whole army being heroes for the first that what I don't remember which one it is. You know, the one that has kill a hero first. That one. Yeah, your whole army being heroes is a problem. Yeah. Let's put it C tier. We can't put it B tier. It's got to be C tier. All right, Idoneth Deepkin. Another army.
Have we got the book yet?
No.
We've not got the book.
What would you rate the current iteration?
Solid B.
None of the Scourge of Garion stuff is relevant.
Yeah, it's just fine.
It's fine.
Still good with 2 to 3 double. It's fine, army.
Okay, Gloomspite Gitz. Where are we going, Luke?
Next to Nighthaunt.
How dare you? So I didn't have such a positive impression of Gitz, right? I played them a few times with the old Spore Splatters in there, right? And the new Loon Smash Fanatics, okay? Alright. Then what I did is I played 2 games with the new Spore Splatter Fanatics. And that unit is fucking stupid. That unit is so broken. Like, some armies there's just there's no answer to Spore Splatters at all. It's tremendous. So like when I played Nighthaunt today with like the 5 heroes and the 6 Spear Hosts, I just like kept tagging them with 5 Spore Splatter Fanatics over and over again at the end of the turn, and they could just never move. And like you can bring them out of the Loon Shrine at the end of your turn, right? And then move 2d6 into combat and then pile in. So like your Spore Splatters die.
What, you don't even need to be in combat?
No, they just move 2d6 at the end of the turn, right?
And you nerfed ogres, and you got a unit that can do that. You need to be shot.
It's so you just wander around the board as well, and there's always like some moment in the game. It's like if I just pop like a 9 or a 10 here, the game's over. Like if I can just roll high enough and then get into all their stuff and then tag them, the game is just over. If you don't have retreat and charge, it's just over. So that unit's insane. You can fit. I mean, you get the most ludicrous amount of stuff on the board with Gitz if you don't run Kragnos. I mean, it's ridiculous how much you get now. Everything is so cheap.
Do you think it's next to cities?
Nah. I'd say it's the same level as Nighthaunt. You still have like a problem with damage for sure. Like, I wouldn't feel great about playing the army against like Feck. I think it's a bit awkward. You just like if they have insane recursion, it can be hard for sure. Although Feck doesn't have insane recursion anymore, but yeah. Alright, speaking of armies that are way better, Kruelboyz could be insane. I'm not gonna lie. It could be ridiculous. But I'm not gonna put it in some
Nathan, if you're listening, you're not changing your list, right? You're not changing your list if this show gets released before list sub. Because Kruelboyz is not what's go on then, put it in A tier if you want. I have no idea.
I do think the tactics are a bit like you can do scouts, but you got to sort of like I don't know. You got to run a lot of monster killers.
Still get lifted. This army can still get lifted pretty fast.
I'm gonna put it at top of B for now. We'll come back to it. Okay, Iron Jaws is an interesting army. Oh, by the way, I played against Zogrox a few times this week, right? That prayer on these battle plans It's... Oh, mate, it's insane. There's so many battle plans that have, like, either, like, an obstacle in the middle or 2 forests in the middle, and if you just get the D3 mortal wounds when they start and end a move on 2 things, it's so hard to play. But, the army is insanely slow if you run Zogrox. Regular Iron Jaws, I don't know. I think regular Iron Jaws...
Mega boring.
You really have a problem with the whole all-out attack thing, so you need to put stuff on your list that's going to get +1 to hit. Like, the new Weird Brutes are great. They're a good example. Or you can put in Gordrak. And then I think the army's pretty good. Yeah, but don't... I think I'd put it in A, having played against it a few times. I'd probably put it here. It is good. Yeah. Alright. That's the tier list. We've put Gitz in S again. Rest in peace, the YouTube comments.
We should probably, on the next tier list, get all the photos ready for all the armies of renown.
Oh, but some of them are just horrible, though. I don't know. They're still mostly just terrible. Maybe we can get like some key ones in there, like the Soulblight ones and the Stormcast ones. Maybe Thankol's Mutated Menagerie. That's pretty good now, to be fair.
Yeah, Legion of First Prince is probably alright now.
Yeah.
It's
but
interesting. But yeah.
Like,
if you're watching this is the correct tier list.
Look, and the armies I definitely see moving up could be like, I could definitely see Doc and Skaven potentially moving up a tier, because Doc have an answer to Nighthaunt.
A lot.
Yeah, like the 3 armies that are up there can lose to Doc. Whereas against some of the other armies, I'm not sure there's necessarily a path to losing. Especially Nighthaunt and cities have some things that are just so disgustingly broken that if you don't have a broken army, it feels a bit impossible. Gitz, it just, everything's underpointed now, so that's all that's going on there.
It's interesting because Feck could maybe move up because Feck does beat Nighthaunt, Gitz, Doc, and probably give Cities a good game.
Yeah, well, is it good again? Well, cities, the cannons are an issue. If they have 3 cannons, then Usharan will just die eventually, right? He just will die.
If the cannons can stay alive long enough, yeah.
And then, yeah, but like you have to actually one-shot them because otherwise they just get picked up and put out of combat, and like it doesn't matter that you tag them, right?
Yeah.
And then,
but then you're not picking anything else up. So,
yeah, Nighthaunt could be good for Feck, maybe. I still think Nighthaunt, like...
Yeah, but Feck's always been good into Nighthaunt, and that I don't think that's not changed.
No, it's just, I think it's a similar reason for why Gitz is good against Nighthaunt. Like, Nighthaunt's really good at locking down and killing one unit. As soon as you just got, like, a bunch of shit, it is hard for Nighthaunt to win the game. They do a limited amount of damage, especially if they're running all, like, the heroes. The damage is a bit low.
It's hard for Nighthaunt to kill full unit of 6 Morbegs, and if you don't kill the full unit of 6 Morbegs, you may as well just give up.
Yeah. There's plenty of ways to play Feck as well. Like, I was playing with some Vargals the other day. They're really good. With like, I was doing like Vargals and Crypt Guard. They're solid.
Yeah, you can do Crypt Guard for sure. Yeah, me and Thomas played me with his Crypt Guard, and I used Ogres.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Although there's one matchup that Ogres liked, right? Because they could just put all the damage in the world into Crypt Guard.
Yeah. I did find Crypt Guard die insanely fast. Yeah, especially if they got a ward thing.
I think 12 Gluttons killed 60 Crypt Guard in a hero. But I still nearly lost because the recursion, right?
Yeah.
It's so horrible.
I think you guys will notice a lot of these armies up here have recursion, and I don't think that's a coincidence. I mean, you're playing on spread battle plans, and the games go later. Like there will be some full send games still, but a lot of games now you're you are playing till turn 4 and 5. In that situation, you want armies that can bring stuff back and not Gargants. So, yeah.
There's a few in there. It says Nighthaunt, Gitz, Vec, Doc, Sylvaneth, Lumineth have a far in recursion.
I mean, OBR has recursion now, right?
OBR, yeah. Soulblight. Interesting. It's only really Ironjaws, Slaves, and Cities, right? In that top bracket.
I mean, Cities has so much shit, it may as well have recursion, yeah. The whole army is just so undercosted.
Man, you can command core. You can literally just spam command core. You could just
140 points. What a joke.
It's criminal. It's actually criminal. And you can bring back full models of command core. That is just, it's just criminal.
Yeah. Would you like to power through? Are you sure?
Yeah.
You go and win a monster. You kill 3 of the buggers, and then you power through off them, and then they just go, all right, here's 3 of them back.
They're all back.
Horrible.
Yeah.
And yeah, like they lost someone to shooting, but what you can do now is just send in 10 Cavaliers, just punk stuff in the face, and you just teleport backwards. It's just basically the same thing as shooting. Yeah.
That's what I mean, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. You don't have to run these cannons, because the problem with the cannons is that they kind of need the ogre as well, and it is a bit of... It's like 500 point. Bruh, it's like a 500 point thingy, isn't it? Package.
I think it's only 440 now, 420 or something.
440. Yeah. 440, sorry.
Something like that. It is a lot cheaper than it used to be. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
You don't have to run them, but I just think it's solid.
Gives you threat, yeah.
Alright, well, that will round out our tier list. Please roast us in the YouTube comments as normal, and take care of your blood pressure. Yeah.
Only our opinion matters.
No.
No.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Edit that out.
Edit that. He's editing it out. Oh, this is what come as well. The long nose flyers. There we go. See how I could get to tighter spots with them.
Maybe you can reach over and pick up Pontifex with that. Maybe that's how we can kill her.
Just
maybe then she'll finally die. I've got 4 at ward as well. What a joke! Fuck. All right.
And I'll kill all your heroes as well, just for free.
Oh yeah, just pick them up. D6 mortal wounds.
Just pick them up. Just pick them up. You don't need them heroes. Pick them up.
Oh, I've accidentally moved my Loom Boss in range. Oh, I guess he's dead. That's my fault. Sorry. That's my fault.
Yeah, I did that.
Alright.
We'll close it there. That's enough moaning about this.
Yeah. See you later.